Hi, everybody. All right, I'm going to do a channeling video, and the subject matter is love and soulmates, twin flames. Could be love on the planet Earth or love on another planet. Love in the stars, love in spirit, love of different kinds, but true love. So I'm going to relax and then we'll see where spirit takes me, okay? So I'm just connecting with the wisdom and then I'll start describing what I see. There's something of a curvature coming down like from a roller coaster, coming down like this and then going like that. So there's a curvature here, but I'm coming down and then I'm going straight ahead. So I'm experiencing this sensation. It's silent. It's peaceful. It's quiet. Don't feel like I'm going anywhere. I feel like I'm always sort of on the cusp. You go down and you're supposed to slingshot go straight ahead, but you're always right here in the sort of cusp, the armpit of it doesn't slingshot you forward. I'm just always right here. That's the way it feels. When am I going to get ahead? When am I going to go forward with this? Well, they say, when are you going to go forward with love? They say, yes. That's what we're talking about here. I want to go forward with love in this conversation. They're saying this isn't a conversation. It's not the words. It's not the discussion. It's the meaning. And what creates meaning? Emotion creates meaning. Even desire. What creates friction or the need to have love in the first place? Have you ever thought about that? Why? I'm talking to them about this. What do I call this? The curvature that I can't get through. What is this about? What is the inspiration of this? There's more meaning in this here. There's a lot of meaning. How many human beings could feel like they can't? They're saying it's okay to say the word stuck. That you could feel stuck in life. Is maybe the relationship, maybe you want to be in a relationship, you just never can quite get there. You can't find that relationship you're looking for. Maybe you're in a relationship, maybe you've been in lots of relationships and they never really go past this point. They never really go through. They never follow through anything more than just this part of the relationship. There's something very frustrating about it. They're creating this experience for me so I can talk about the wisdom. The experience for me is a lot of frustration. Very little meaning here. Very little to see. Very little. How do we create more? How do we create more of this experience? How do we get through it? How do we go further with it? And then you just keep feeling stuck over and over and over and over again. How many times have I gone back to this so I could just see if anything has changed? It just won't change. So it just feels like things will never change. Saying so, in a relationship, sometimes people feel like things will never change. For people who are single, wanting to be with that one, feeling like things will never change, never able to really find that one. Or maybe finding the one, but it never really comes into a revelation where it just feels like the connection is quite right. They are showing me a blue flower. I'm telling you, it's extraordinary. The color blue is really captivating. It's not real. It's like a fairy flower, a mystical flower. It's not real. It even has perfect beads of water on it, sun glistening on it in just the right way, but it doesn't feel like sun. It feels more like snow light is glistening off of it. There's something cold about this. And it's small. It looks like a rose, but it's smaller than a rose, and the stem does not have any thorns on it. The flower petals are really, there's lots of them, and they're opened up like a rose does, and the petals are blue. It's just like it's a turquoise kind of blue color, more blue than green. It's stunning. I possess the rose now. I am holding it in my hand now. I am examining it. I am looking at it. I'm experiencing the way that it looks. I'm not able to smell anything. I'm telling you, there's something really cold and something feels snowy about this place. It's too cold to create fragrance. It's just the way it feels. But I am captivated by this rose. It's caught my eye. It is unlike any other flower I've ever seen. The color of the petals alone are absolutely unique. The fact that it's growing in the cold to be this stunning is also absolutely unique. No other flower is like this one. This one that I've picked is the one and only flower. Mesmerized by it. I am very intrigued to discover its deeper meaning, to go within it. How do I go within a flower? Where do I start? You can't dissect a flower. You can't dissect a human being to get to their deeper meaning. You just get body parts and tissues, and then you destroy the body. How do you get to the deeper meaning of a human being? Do you physically dissect them? No. You have to go into their emotions. You have to tap into their heart, the heart of them. Do you physically do it? Do you cut into them and grab their heart and now you have their heart? Is that how you get to the deeper meaning? Or do you actually take the time to discover their charms, the treasure of who and what they are, by tapping into their emotional body? How do you cut into somebody's emotional body? You don't want to hurt them. You want to experience them. It's an energetic thing. They're talking again now about it's not a discussion. It's not something we dissect. It has meaning to it, has emotion to it. Emotion then is the value of the connection, of the wisdom, the song and sound of the emotions, of the meaning. How do you get into the heart of this flower now? This is a big question because the answer is I look into my own heart in order to discover the heart of the flower. How do you look into the heart of another? Some part of looking into their heart is looking within your own heart. This is a really important conversation about reflection in the mirror of who and what we choose and how it teaches us about ourselves. when I examine this flower in my hand, I explore the way it means, what it means to me in my heart. And when I feel its meaning in my heart, I discover that I am absolutely in love with this flower. This flower does not have the ability to speak. It doesn't have a heartbeat. It's different than me. But yet I am so charmed by it. It's beautiful, dazzling, extraordinary, mesmerizing. I am having there's something childlike about this, because children too have, their best stuffed animal. How do they get to the heart of their stuffed animal? They have a relationship with their own heart and the meaning of the world around them. And now they're having a deeper connection with an inanimate object. But that object has a heart, and it has a consciousness, and it has it's alive, it's real, because of the way that their heart creates the meaning. This flower is more alive than anything else I've ever known. I am holding this flower, and I am having a real deep and loving bond and experience with this flower. I will carry it everywhere I go. I will hold it gently within my hand. They show me taking a walk, and how I possess the flower with me at all times. As I walk, I have long conversations with this flower about my feelings, about my experiences in life. I am going places with this flower. I feel a real connection with it. There comes a moment where I discover something in my relationship. I discover that this flower has not been talking back to me this whole time. I'm starting to discover that maybe this relationship was just about me all along. Me needing a companion, but there's something what was totally swept off my feet is now coming to a dead stop, and a realization that it was just a flower. This flower, what I give, I am not getting in return, and it's starting to get really thin in the way that my heart beats now. I'm not feeling the depths and the meaning. I'm feeling very torn apart about this. Suddenly, the way the flower looks is not as meaningful as the experience of having somebody to actually talk to. Somebody who could actually understand the way that I feel inside. That I could have a conversation. I could walk through the woods with somebody and have a real conversation where they too understand my meaning. It's deeper. I don't care anymore about the way the flower looks. It will always only look this way. It'll never be anything more than this. It's all about appearances. They're saying this is as far as appearances will take you. Appearances can be captivating, and they can swoon you by the charming way that they look. But in the end, what truly have you won when you do not have another human being who understands your heart? Your heart is what creates the understanding of the other. But in the end, if that other is not communicating back with you, or you're not speaking the same language, it's going to come to a dead stop very quickly. And now you won't ever get past this curvature, now will you? Where will this relationship ever go if you both are not able to communicate, bond through connection of communication? It's not about the discussion, though. It's about the deeper meaning, the emotional connection. It's what they're saying. Discussion versus emotional connection. The emotional connection is what was prompted through the discovery of love for this flower. It just became a discussion when the love evaporated and you discover that there was no deeper meaning all along. So you will always remain here on this cusp. They show me a twinkle in the sky, a star that is actually growing brighter, brighter, and it looks like it's growing so bright that it's coming in, like it's coming out of the sky and it's coming into my face. Whoa! It's so bright in my face now. But it's still up here in the sky. This little star is still out there in the sky, but it's getting so bright. And it's somehow the projection of light, it just feels like it's bright right in my face. But yet, it isn't in my face. It captured my attention and it blinded me. But the reality is, it is still so far away. It's way, way far away. I grow into a giant and I pluck the star from the sky, and now the star is in the palm of my hand. I am a man as I do this. I have a very distinctively large nose. I'm sort of balding here. I have shaved short hair. My complexion isn't particularly clear. It's got sort of veins in the cheeks, like that. My lips are are not. There's something about the way the mouth is. The nose is really wide, like this, really wide, and then sticks out too. And the lips are kind of oversized. Their eyes are brown. The face is not particularly clean shaven, but there is no beard or anything growing. The clothing is simple. This giant man sits down and looks at the star in his hand. He holds the star in his hand, and when he does, it's like holding love within his heart. I can feel this inside. He possesses love in his hand with so much meaning that it brings tears to his eyes. This is as close as we'll ever be, he says. It's really overwhelming because I can feel the love and the connection, and I can feel the sadness as well. And he does this, holds it to his heart. He says, this is as close as we'll ever be. It's horrible. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, it's overwhelming. It's so genuine and real. Now, where is this on the graph of love? Is it ever going to get past this cusp? Will it ever get closer than this? This wish, this sound. This sound of love that travels across the universe is captured, and then this is as close as it'll ever get. It's really overwhelming. So I'm just watching him now. He takes his hand. He's got it close to his heart here. So he takes his hand and then he looks down at his hand at the star. It's the most beautiful star he's ever seen in his whole life. It's more than that. They say, what more is there? And I say, this star isn't just a star in the sky. It's like, how do you get to the deeper meaning of a human being? Do you dissect them? Or do you have to get into the depths of their heart? How do you get to the heart of a human being? Where is the heart of this star? It's not just a star. It's like a dream. It's like it would be like a soul. A star would be like a soul. But it also isn't a soul either. It's also like a sound. It would be okay, they say it's okay to describe it this way. What would be two who love each other, right? Perfect distance from one another. Such a distance that for them to come together, that just may not happen in this lifetime. But yet the love is there, and the love is felt, and the connection is real. And so how do you possess now the connection so that it is more than just this dream, this wish, this whatever? It's real love, it's true love, but it isn't a companion yet. It's not a companion that you can embrace. So it will always only ever be this dream. It's more than that, though, still, they say, because we don't comprehend the value of energy. The value of energy that bonds us all together in oneness at all moments, times, places. Even if you were the only person living on an island, you would not be alone. Even if you were alone, the only person on an island, no bugs, no animals, no other human beings, no nothing, you're still not alone. They show me that person could acquire a device like a radio, and now they could pick up a signal, and now they can hear voices in their ear, voices miles and miles and thousands of miles away, but yet they aren't alone now, are they? There is sound waves. There's energy that connects us all at all times, all places. There's no such thing as separation. In the spirit realm, we are all in oneness. In the physical realm, we are all still in oneness. It is the illusion of separation. As human beings, we understand what it is being alone. What is this man who captures this dream, the feeling of true love he holds close to his heart, and desires to have that companion in his life, to share his life with another of this extraordinary value? How will he ever find satisfaction in his life when he remains alone with just the dream as the only means to create warmth in his heart because you can feel alone as a human being. And when you feel alone, you desire to have a companion. Not everybody goes after the dazzling flowers. Some people go after the meaning. But even they can wind up alone too. So there's just a pause right now. I'm waiting and watching this man who is still holding the star close in his hand. I'm waiting for him to share wisdom with us about what he will do in his life. Will he just carry this star for the rest of his days and then move on to the next lifetime? Will he discover something else? Maybe it's okay to know there's more than one star in the sky. Maybe it's okay to discover the other stars that are out there. What will he choose when he's stuck in the curvature? He remains sitting and looking into the vastness of space. He doesn't move. He just waits. This is a big deal. It's hard to say it. There's something more he knows about connections. Because he knows something about patience, he says. I'm telling you, it's an energetic thing. He doesn't say this at all. He shares it with me through his heart. And the value of what he's sharing is overwhelming to me. He's talking about patience. Oh my gosh. I swear I will spit this out. He says I could wait lifetimes for this star. That's what he says. That's what he says. That's what he says. And that's what he means. Because I can experience that in his heart. Waiting lifetimes for this one star. He does not, gosh, I will be able to get this out, I swear. He's not on any cusp of any kind. What creates that feeling in the first place? You have to ask yourself, what creates that feeling of being stuck? That you can't get through, you can't get past it. He does not see himself stuck at all. He sees himself as a man who chooses what he wants and then waits patiently for that to manifest. in the meantime, he will just be happy. That he can at least have this much of a connection, that he could feel this close. It's what you call true love, is what they say. True love, you could wait lifetimes for it. It's overwhelming to feel it. I'm telling you, it's overwhelming. Because it's so pure and genuine. People don't. It's not what you feel in today's world. People jump from one relationship to another, truly looking for something deeper and meaning, right? But it still does not even come close. Does not sit on the cusp of what this is. This is far deeper, far more extreme in its understanding of what love is, understanding of the dynamics of creation and connection and soulmates. So what do we make of that? That's all they have to share. Alright. Thank you for watching my video. I hope it's provided some meaning to you in your life. Thought it would be good to do a video on love and connection and soulmates, twin flames. It's always a great subject to explore. Alright, that's all I'm going to share for this video. If you're interested in experiencing psychic wisdom with me or spiritual healing, please visit my website at abbynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you for watching.